Serena, that date you mentioned, was it the blind date I set up for you?
Shirley usually called her by her name in private. Apart from their familial relationship, they were quite good friends.
What else could it be, miss? Please do better next time. The guy was 3 years younger than me.
Being conservative now, aren't you? A man should be 3 years younger. I'm looking out for your future happiness.
Serena unhesitatingly picked up a shrimp and stuffed it into Shirley's mouth, silencing her talk about men. Shirley rolled her eyes, swallowed the shrimp, and then said,
Fine, next time I'll introduce someone older.
No need for that. I'm not interested.
Seeing Serena's gloomy expression, Shirley said,
You spend all your time either working or visiting your mother in the hospital. Your life is more desolate than a widow in ancient times. You're 27, not 72, Serena. Are you really planning to live like this for the rest of your life? It's time to move on. Let me tell you something sincere.
She lowered her voice.
The Forrest family will definitely be run by James in the future. He was raised by Big Brother and their bond is deep. Father has issues with you, so James surely does too. You two were arguing about Big Brother just now, weren't you?
It wasn't entirely untrue. Serena nodded.
Exactly. If you don't get married, you'll always be the daughter-in-law of the Forrest. You have to attend family banquets and be in their sight. Knowing James's personality, if you stay in his sight for too long, who knows what he might do?
Serena couldn't help but marvel at Shirley's insight into James. She understood him well, but not deeply enough. In fact, she hadn't even started causing trouble, and James had already been doing things for 3 years. But she took Shirley's words to heart. The family banquet ended just past 9:30. Serena had to get up early for work the next day and didn't plan to stay overnight. After saying her goodbyes, she hurried to the garage. In the garage, a row of luxury cars was parked. Her modest car, worth only a few tens of thousands, stood out like a chicken among Phoenix's, easy to spot. A new CEO was set to be appointed at the head office tomorrow, but they hadn't been given any information, leaving the secretarial department on high alert. Serena, with her phone pinned between her shoulder and ear, fumbled for her keys as she walked.
Andy, don't worry. Keep looking. If you really can't find it, I have a backup. I'll send it to you later.
Andy was effusive with gratitude on the other end of the line. Serena responded with a few hms as she found her keys, but before she could press the unlock button, the phone was taken from her shoulder. James had appeared behind her without her noticing. Without looking, he ended her call.
Why don't you drive the car I gave you?
My salary and profession don't suit driving a Bugatti.
Serena held out her hand.
Give me back my phone.
James's response was to pocket her phone and then get into the black custom-made Maybach, one of his usual cars. Serena stared at the open car door and the assistant Henry standing beside it, feeling a surge of irritation. This man was as domineering as ever, treating her words like air. Standing straight at the car door, Serena said,
James, I shouldn't have to remind you that there are cameras in the garage. If we're seen in the same car, your parents will subject us to a thorough interrogation tomorrow.
James fiddled with her phone, not even bothering to turn his head.
If you don't cooperate, I'll make sure they interrogate us tonight.
With that, he waved her phone, Derek's name prominently displayed on the contact screen.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, I wouldn't?
The air grew tense. 10 seconds later, Serena conceded. She wasn't sure if he would dare, but she truly couldn't take the risk.